see more practical security is hacking stuff. So what I'll be showing you is more to do with online security. Because I assume since we're e-commerce, you need to know the browser, where is everything stored and that. Alright, so the demos I'll do, the first one, email, Wireshark, Pencil Miner. These are two tools you can use to analyze the traffic you're going to use. When I put my packets out, I'm say, teaching packet my packets out. That's one tool to analyze first. And then we'll also do a demonstration here, and some names one. Have you heard of it? This ransom.
Yes.
Pattern has a really interesting example. What's the ransom? The more we interact, the more exciting it becomes. Ransom.
I think it's kind of very much as program that is a measure by some and in the technical that the issues that and the person who is most need something to say.
That's right. But what they basically do is they send you something like a malicious email with an attachment. Then you download that email, you double click that attachment and it's way over. So you're actually triggering the malware actually. Malware is the term we use for anything, virus, worms, any malicious software is known as malware. So when you double click that malicious software, it then executes your encrypted files in Apple ASC and so encryption by computer is something you actually do anyway, because you have the key encryption and the decrypt. But in this scenario, imagine they just encrypt it and you don't have the decryption key, which is where the ransomware part comes in. Which you have to pay them so you get the decryption key, which will want access to your files again. That's where the whole aspect of ransomware comes in. So we'll do a demonstration in a controlled environment. You can see how exactly did this WannaCry ransomware work. Then also, we'll delve a bit deep into the Chrome browser, kind of browser function side. For example, when you try and buy something online, you want to save your credit card account, you want to save your password, and the assumption is it's being stored safely in Google at some remote location. But what they do is they basically store everything within your computer. Meaning with that whole list of your passwords here is stored somewhere inside your computer. And of course, if you're trying to access it from the browser, Ecommerce, you want to enter password, you will log in from machine here so you can get to see all those passwords. But there are other means which are these tools that are used. You can see without that password, you will enter the computer app. You can still view a password issue. So we'll do that demonstration also. And then we'll also show you how can you view the browser history. In some cases, I'm not going to look up browser, so you'll be able to see everything inside. But then with this particular tool, without even logging into browser, without even opening Ecommerce, you can view the person's history. Which again, on site, EP 2016. It's very possible. So, for referencing, in the take note of this path, the name of the user profile. That's the user profile. So this path E is where all this information is stored. The history, passwords, autofill, login, and everything. But what's autofill? When you're filling in a particular form per form, you see this pop-up, do you want to use this particular name? You want to go back to some teacher and all that information you can autofill. There's a particular location for the I must store all that information. And that's this pattern. If you try and follow it on a computer and a config by default, you will not see this pattern. Because local folder is like. So if you go code runs app data, you won't see the code runs local. Unless you unhide everything. It doesn't. which Wi-Fi do you use here?
Which one do you use?
Do you use Wi-Fi?
S block.
Alright, so to use these tools, the first thing you have to download is this. All these are open source. As a thing that you just download it from the internet. The first thing I got is Wireshark. There's a tool you just download, just search by internet with what's Wireshark, then you download the application actually. And then for network miner, it's also open source. I'm going to type out network miner, then you download it. Then for WannaCry, there are different websites, which I won't tell you, which how do you find my samples in my viruses. Saying for every virus no around it will be available online for research at it. So this particular sample I found it also online in this repository. But the challenge is I cannot tell you that because research when they cook, then you start downloading your friends and your girlfriends. How do you access Wi-Fi? Is it the same IP address or is it a different one? Could you went to that cyber room login? Is it the same or it's a different one? Same. 10.17.05.090. Right, so while we work on the issue of internet, I can start the demonstration here. Right, so to do this demonstration, I will not be using my actual computer later. Panels my virtual machines. Has anyone ever come across my virtual machine before? Kind of like VR. Can you tell me what you understand by virtual machine?
Okay, virtual machine you can use my software like I say VMware or in your machine you show another operating system to track any simulation.
Understood. So if you're doing what we're doing, the malware analysis, you have to use virtual machines of it. Because if you do it on your own computer, you cannot reverse machines like anything. So how we do these reversals and changes is through a concept known as snapshots in our virtual machines. What is a snapshot? A snapshot is when you talk computer can isolate. Then you just press pause on the computer actually. So you can almost install a Windows usually. And it's in a very clean state of having an application installed. We just press pause by hand. We then save that state somewhere else cheap in the computer. Then 2 times comes we do mama and everything just reset it. Then it's infected. And now we want to go back on the original state. You just call the clean state here, the snapshot here, then you load it again. It is. So what I'm using here is a snapshot here, a clean computer, but I copy the malicious software you want to. Right, so you see the computer, but you're putting my pictures, like I say, And my files that I see are also added. As if you actually open the picture, you can see the cheap, but pictures are able. So the ransomware actually is in this zip file. The reason why I put it in this zip file is because, okay, see when it's executable by this tool, it can actually execute EDA in some cases. So what you do is you compress it over a sub-password manager, that compressed file to make sure when it execute first has to have the password entered. Because it's also possible it can be triggered by first extracting a self sheet, it will execute. But password is something John was zero on it, which the malware does not know. So if you check inside, you'll see with the cheat, there's this executable we want. And to extract it, you just right click and we say extract all. And next, and request a password. And then this is the malware. So what you want to do is, Canary malware, it won't always come here label of the IRM virus. The VLC. And it's possible to change that icon. You just need VLC. I'm going to configuration to Windows. So let's say I copy this, place it at the top. And then now let's take the scenario, you want to already email on it. And that email is an attachment, and the attachment is this particular application. Then you're thinking with something legitimate, so the actual VLC installation. Now installation is some kind of office, I don't know. Chinchino background is in which you feel what you want to Then you double click it, and then it starts executing. So the first thing it does is it creates these supporting files that you want to create on it. For demonstration purposes, that's why it just shows, but in reality it won't show all these files. Then after that, it takes each and every one of these files, you are encrypted. So you see what's saying DSC and chapter, and if you go here, it's the exact same file, but here the extension is .wnc and if you try and open that file, it'll say it's not supported. Because it's not encrypted. So guys, it continues to do this. I think it's called background. You shut a computer, you don't even know all this is happening in the background. And you see, for now, your files are still there. And then it shows in the message of all your files are encrypted. And then it starts deleting all the files are encrypted. Because there are different ways that ransomware can work. First of all, you need to delete files like ASIC, then they copy them when they save a core lines. And the other scenario is they don't delete the files. Actually, yes, depending on companies. And the second one is they just encrypt the files by the paper or delete it. So the differences in those two scenarios is in the first one, they put on copy files. You can notice it's in the file or Yako kind ideas collecting information from within your network. But then with this case, you want to encrypt a share, you won't delete it. You won't see it on your network because in Gorichi, panel host, everything is happening on the computer, which is not being monitored in the network ideas, saying you can firewall. So after the encryption happens, you get this message, do you want to, your files have been encrypted and you should encrypt them after this amount of time and use this particular Bitcoin address, which decrypts those files. But the flaw in all this is, you may think with I1 it's easy, I'll just pay them cheap, the ransomware show you. But according to most antivirus vendors, like I find out, 1 in 5, well, I can affect, which is basically 20% of the people who are affected, actually got the files back. Meaning 80% of them, they never got cheap the files back, even though they paid the money. Which is why it's advisable to do not pay Canadian the ransomware. Right, so you also see, as I mentioned, all those other files on the website have been deleted also. And there's no way you can recover from this. The only way you can get your data back is backup searching and this information. So you don't want to get the capital project every year all this time and there's nothing you can do about it. You can try and use the recovery tools and everything, but it won't be recovered. It isn't. So how do we handle this issue? What other ways can you protect yourself besides the hands and backup? Against ransomware, how else can you protect yourself?
not using internet access. Not connecting our machines to internet.
Not going to the internet. Yeah, that's an extreme measure, right? But are there other ways you think? Yeah.
I never same static sometimes in a say what I'm emails. I think we can configure our emails in such a way which will group them according to one national trust system. Then ensure that national for an emails to not result in way you from the trusted.
And it. Yes.
I think we can use user control in Windows operating system. Like we can give banner signature solution of computer. We cannot give them admin right. It means they cannot install any program on their machines. Then another solution of computer store admin right. Right.
Okay, that's an interesting perspective on it. And you're talking on the user access control, which works for Windows. Like when you're trying to run an application for Windows, you want to have this pop-up window that has the, do you want to run this application, yes or no? The technical term is user access control, kind of UAC. But then the challenge with that is, finding some applications that is not plug and play. It would see you just double click it and it doesn't ask you to cheat, whether install it or not, because no one can add on it. So in that case, yes, you may give users restricted rights to Shandi. But then saying in this particular application, it won't show do you want to install, because it's not installing anything. Just like now it's a note paper, just so people want to execute. You don't first say, do you want to execute this or not? So within my applications, which is a good point you're talking about, but within every executable you have a data map. Each one has different rights, I think I know. You're going to contribute also.
Yeah, what you said is that maybe for those applications that you download on open source platforms, you can test run them on virtual machines or actually installing them on your local PC.
You first run it in virtual machines before. Yeah. There's another concept which is quite similar to what you're saying. Because in some cases, the challenge is copying an executable into a virtual machine is quite a long process. But then Panimama tools saying on the, I should write it down for you so you can try and look it up afterwards. In the sandboxing. And it's sandboxing. It's also open source. And you can use it for free. But for a period of time, you can have like 1 month or so, and you have to start paying for it. So what it does is, it attaches, in order to install a computer, the install of that when you're trying to run an application which you're not sure what is it malicious, it is malicious. First you just right click on it, run in sandbox. So a sandbox is basically because one is a sandbox. It reserves a particular amount of space for memory. Whatever happens in that space in memory does not affect anything else on your computer. So I recommend using sandboxing because yes, you can try and use my VM editor, but then when you install it's quite a long process. So you can just use this sheet, concept is much easier.
Yeah, I think also some antivirus or antivirus that option will run an application in the same.
Okay, any examples that you have come across?
One example is a structure of security. I think it's in that option.
So you can actually try and install those antiviruses. Personally, when it comes to Windows computers, I usually recommend Chansa Windows Defender. You know, any pre-installed actually. Because the challenge is with Windows, for some reason, if you install a different antivirus, Windows Defender, no one so clash, it ends up getting slower computer. I'm not sure if you've noticed that before. But sometimes antivirus G installed on a computer. And just having more than one antivirus doesn't mean that you're double protected. Because they end up clashing and one and a they are both viruses in some way. Alright, so that's basically it about WannaCry. Alright, then finally the next tool